Really. Hey guys, and welcome to StanleyTechSolutions. My name's Stanley. To explain a little bit, I am a small upstart business repair thingy majiggy. I have no idea how to explain it. Anyways, I decided I'm going to start recording videos as I'm doing like repairs and cleanouts and stuff like that. And basically just going to upload them. If something happens to them, something happens with them, whatever. Um, None of this is going to be scripted. This is kind of just going to be like me coming up with everything off the rip off the top of my head. Um, yeah. So basically today we are going to be doing a clean out of a PS2 that I recently actually just modded. To anybody that is curious, I have it hidden behind here. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, please don't drop it behind there. Don't drop it behind there. Okay, there we go. Anyways, so the mod itself, I used Free McBoo on a memory card that I made. Plus, we're using the MC2 SIO with the SD card in it, so that freaking you can play backups and stuff like that. Reason why I did that actually comes down to the fact that this PS2 that I'm doing for, I know you could kind of see it in that camera. There's this camera also. Is basically the disk drive doesn't work in it. As you can kind of see. One of the easier options could have been just, replacing the disk drive and then, freaking replacing out the disk drive. I decided not to go that route. I ended up talking to the guy and he was just like, he would rather just, instead of spending the money to get the new disk drive and put the new disk drive in and everything, that he'd rather just pay to get it cleaned out and then get it modded. So that's what I did. I mean, it's a little bit more of expensive repair to do that way, but whatever. Anyways, so today at this exact moment, I already did the mod. The mod's all done and everything like that. The thing I have to do now for this customer is to actually tear this apart, clean it up, get everything basically looking good, sounding good, and going from there. And this isn't going to be like a step-by-step tutorial or anything like that of how to do any of this. But it's going to be more or less like you guys get to watch me kind of do my thing and then, maybe learn something in the process. As for my supplies right now, my main goal with this right now is to make it look good because, if you can't tell, it's kind of, it's kind of beat up, it's grimy, it's, whatever. There's mad dust, stuff like that. Clean that all out. Plus, on top of that, I am planning on redoing the thermal paste so that it doesn't overheat or anything like that. And this fan is kind of quite dusty in there, and it's quite loud. So yeah, so the goal is just to get it cleaned up, looking good, and possibly live to see another another 10 years. So as for supplies right now, I have my good old microfiber cloth. I got me some isopropyl alcohol. You can see it right there too. Did it focus? It's not focusing. Whatever. Anyways, and then I also got some XTM70 from Corsair to do the thermal paste. Probably not the best thing in the fucking world, but it's better than the TM10 I was using. I don't know. It was like a $10 one or whatever. Got me some Q-tips. And then I also got me a toothbrush to get, kind of in the grimier spots. And then I also got me this thing, which this thing is freaking amazing. Blows out the dust. It blows out the it's a high powered electronic duster basically. And then last but not least, iFixit kit. I definitely suggest iFixit kits for freaking pretty much anything. I think this is the Mantis kit. I can't remember. It's like $80. It has so much freaking different like bits and drivers and stuff like that that you would typically use for something of this sort. So one of the first things that I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna take this thing apart. As far as I know, yep, okay, so it's underneath all these tabs. There's these 3 tabs right here that you pull up, which will, reveal the Phillips head screwdriver, the Phillips head screwdrivers. Wow, I'm an idiot. Phillips heads. Plus I think underneath this feet, these feet have screws in them too. I'm not 100% sure. Um, one of the reasons why this guy wanted me to do the mod and also clean it up and everything for him is that this actually was his dad's. Unfortunately, his dad died a while back, and I actually know his dad. I grew up with his dad. So you know, anything to get it working and just, you know, in general nice for him. You know, I decided I was gonna do. So there's that. Don't mind the setup, by the way. I'm kind of in a like a slightly enclosed space. So I don't really have much room, I guess, to really do anything. Um, so just bear with me when it comes to that type of stuff. I'm in my bedroom right now, because I run this all out of my house at the moment. So you can tell this was definitely taken apart already before. That was really loose. So I'm gonna move this over here, and you know, just for anybody that the really nice thing about that kit is that it comes with like this tray that you put the screws and stuff on to try to keep them organized and stuff as you're taking stuff apart. So let's get this all apart. There was nothing there because there was no screw there. What the fuck? Okay, anyways, take apart this. Gotta go through this route just so you can get the what the heck? Oh, that was okay, because I attached this to the top. All right, that makes sense. Never mind. It's been a while that I took it apart to PS2, so just you know bear with me on that. Oh, a long ass screw. Holy shit. Ah! Apparently, I'm not that great of a freaking technician if I can't, you know. There we go. Get that out. Come on. This has a magnetic tip for a reason. You're really gonna do this right now. Come on, come out of there. Holy crap. It really does not want to come out of there. And it'll probably fall out. As soon as I do that, yep. Alright, so after you get those there's supposed to be 8 screws, but there was only 7. As soon as you get that pulled apart, top comes right off. You have this cable here that connects into the buttons. You want to be careful of that because, you know, you can rip that apart, fuck that up, and then you have to replace that too on top of everything else. Kind of dusty. Kind of dusty. This is gonna end up getting actually cleaned in the tub. I'm gonna use some just some soap and water to clean it up and everything once I get the casing apart. Put that over there. All right, so now you got the disk drive. You got you got basically all the stuff that you would typically expect, you know, to be here. This is I can't remember. I think I need to get this up first. So I'm gonna actually. Alright, I'm gonna take the front things out first. Good news is that these are also like relatively easy to take apart. That is a ribbon cable. You want to be extremely careful with ribbon cables. That flap come up. There we go. Okay, yeah, so it didn't come up. You just kind of slide it in there. And that's all gross. And look at that. Why are you not? We'll do it in this camera. I'm using a really, like, not old camera, but relatively cheaper camera to do this with, so bear with me. I apologize. But yeah, that's pretty dusty. We'll end up hitting that with probably the isopropyl alcohol. Alright. Let's get this out of here. The fan. I think this is still attached to something. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, the whole thing comes out. Okay. I completely forgot about that. So that should make things a little bit easier. So, you know, obviously more dusty. Throw that over there. Gonna slide that back into its place real quick. How does this come out of here? I don't remember. Get this out. This whole piece up. This has a piece over here that you kind of press down, and there we go. That came out. This fan. I cannot do nothing with that fan right now. Apparently, it's been that long since I've taken apart a PS2. Alright, let's get these off. I know, probably not the most exciting thing to watch in the world and such, but if I can get this board off, like it might make things a little bit easier. What are you still attached to? There we go. This is the power delivery, it looks like? Yeah, I think that's the power delivery. Gotta be very careful with that. This off, if I can. That was a hard drive bay. Now I can pull this hopefully out without ruining anything. And the fan's out. That definitely needs to clean. Oh boy, that thing is dirty. Look at that. Like when you turn this thing on, it sounds like a jet engine going off. So then here's the, you know, where the power cable goes in and such of that sort. So now that shielding, I'm gonna need a smaller screwdriver for this. Go back to the handy toolkit. Let's see. Page 000, maybe? Would you look at that? 1. 2. My hand will stay steady. This is the back part. I also really like it because the screws are color coded. So like, you know, the ones that for the out. No. Get over here. I am Scorpion right now. Get over here. What else needs to come off here? Got a feeling this stays in here. Oh well, this needs to be cleaned up anyways. Oh hey, more screws. See, I knew there was a reason why. Boop. 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 My idea for all this isn't really to be super informative or anything of that sort. I'm gonna take this out while I can. That's the power button. Hoping this angle works too. That's off there. Try a little bit, get that off. You still attached? You are still attached. There we go. What else is this thing attached to? Awesome. That's all kind of detached from there. Does this still have a... It does still have a screw. This comes off. That's a lever. What is it still attached to? That right there. Pull that out. It's all apart. This drive is all out of there, as you can see. Okay. This isn't anything as far as I can tell, except for possibly the thermal paste, which needs to be replaced anyways. Oh, it's not even thermal paste, it's true fucking thermal pads. Oh, would you look at that? I don't even need to tear that apart. Need to clean it up a bit. Motherboard. Probably clean up some of the thermal pad. Yeah, the thermal pad definitely needs to be cleaned up. Alright, so now that it's torn apart, let's get to the actual cleaning process. Be back in a second.
Nice and soapy.
Alright, so now that we're done doing all of that, I'm going to take an alcohol wipe, as you can see. And I don't have any other thermal pads or anything that I can put on this to help, just replace the whole thing. This does look like it's still in pretty good condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take an alcohol wipe and just kind of go over it and clean it up a bit. And with it being a thermal pad, it's not going to affect too much because it just gets pressed down on it anyways. It's not like, with thermal paste where it ends up getting, spread around the board, and if you have it dried out, blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, like I said, this doesn't look too bad. So I think it'd be safe enough to be able to redo it, or reuse it. Get that all cleaned up. And yeah, it was it was definitely kind of, probably can see it better in this camera. Oh, no, you can't see it better in this camera. Whatever. Anyways, point being is, okay, you can kind of see it there. It was kind of gross. Not even kind of gross. It was very gross. This set back to where it needs to be. Now, if you look at the board, kind of up in this area, there's a lot of dust and just kind of gross there. Back this up a little bit. You can kind of see it a little bit better in this camera angle. But basically, I'm going to take my toothbrush and I'm going to pop it into some isopropyl alcohol that I put into a little dish so I don't, dirty up the rest of the isopropyl alcohol, because I've done that and it sucks. And I'm just kind of gonna go over it. Try to clean up all the dust and the grime and the gross that's right there. You want to try to do it as gently as possible because you don't want to bring up any components or anything like that. That could be an issue. I'm just kind of hitting the more affected areas compared to the rest of it. Once you're done cleaning up all that dust and such, this portion of it is essentially done. So now it's just time to pop this back on. And I think it went this way. Yes, it went this way because it goes over to power delivery and everything else. Pop that on just like that. Make it line up correctly. There we go. Before I forget, we actually had to put this back over the top of it before we put the screws in. So I'm going to do that now while I have the opportunity to. Get it all nice and fastened. My hands can actually work. Be awesome. Let me guess, that was supposed to be... First that would be like that. Hold on a second. You're supposed to fit over that. Of course you are. There we go. That's where the fan plugs into. Tighten that down. Tighten this down. Tighten this down. And fourth screw. There's also another screw that needs to go right here. Stay. Oh, okay. Size. So I don't strip anything. Starting to look like a console again. Awesome. Now, before I continue into the bigger portion of the cleanup, I'm just going to get like kind of like these smaller parts. As you can kind of see, that is dusty as all heck. Underneath and everything. Same thing with the van vent. You can't really see it, but you can see it on that side. Same thing with the fan. The fan's pretty goddamn dusty too on top of that. Plus the buttons just need a little bit of a spruce up too. So I gotta really get used to this camera angle. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna do the same thing as I did with the on the motherboard. Dip my toothbrush in some isopropyl alcohol. And I'm just gonna start brushing away. Get all the dust and the grime and everything like that. Afterwards, once I'm done hitting it with the isopropyl alcohol, I think I'm gonna probably hit it with some duster, with my duster, just to make sure that anything that might be trapped in there can come out. Sure that and real quick, I'm gonna hit this with the blaster just to make sure that it has all the dust out of it. Hit this in some more isopropyl alcohol. Get all that dust and such off of there. This I don't really think I'm going to be able to do too much with. Probably get it off there if I tried. Yeah, I can peel it off there, kind of get that all cleaned up too while we're at it. And while it's not going to look the prettiest thing in the world because of how old it is and it missing its front thing for the disk drive, I still want to try to make this as nice looking as possible. And try to take a little bit of time to get this off here. Looks like it was a sticker at one point. Off there. And hit it with the brush again. Ah! Wish things would work the way I need them to. I don't have much space over here, so I apologize. Let's hit that again with the alcohol. I'm gonna do the button real quick. Or buttons, I should say. And this isn't really that bad, so I can just hit it with the alcohol. Kind of give it a quick wipe down. And then finally onto the fan. The fan, I have multiple different ways that I like to do this. I like to hit it with the toothbrush first, just to kind of get as much as I can possibly can off of it. And then to hit like corners or like stuff I can't hit with the toothbrush, I got the Q-tips to help me out. God dang, I hate my camera right now. Doesn't like the autofocus. Kind of just go on and hit each fan blade with the toothbrush. Like me thinking that I can just use the toothbrush was completely wrong. So I'm gonna dip the the Q-tip onto the fan blades. And just hit each and every one of them. And you can see the amount of stuff coming off of it. It gets too dirty, just use the other side. Same thing, just hit the fan blades until all the fan blades are done. Then do the same thing with the other side. I'm gonna put it as it stands. We just got power button, this back together. And I'm not gonna show you the whole process of putting everything back together. I'm just kind of gonna put it back, put a kind of like a reel going piece by piece. So, be right back. I've just reassembled the hard drive cage, the back panel, and I just put that back in place. So all that's left is put the casing back on. Now for the final thing to do, all we have to do is just take the top, pop the buttons in, I just did it, no problem. Now it's giving me a problem. There we go. Pop that in. Slide that over the top. Flip it over. And just finish putting all the screws back into it, and then it will be officially completely reassembled. Oh, and I gotta put the feet back on too. 1, 2, 'Put the 7 screws back in, even though there were supposed to be 8. But whatever. Two more screws to go. And it is officially fully 100% reassembled. There's still going to be scratches. There's still going to be, you know, scuff and such. But I think overall I did a relatively decent job getting this as best as I possibly could, given the fact that, you know, it's as old as it is. Let's jump over to the testing period just to make sure it still works. All right, everybody, time for the moment of truth. There's my PS2. Here's the one that I just worked on. I don't know why it's doing this yellow thing, but whatever. Anyways, hit the button. Turns on. Free McBoot boots up. Can get straight into OPL. And there's the list of his backups. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it wasn't the most entertaining thing in the world, but that's kind of basically my process of going through and cleaning out video game systems and such. Expect more videos in the future as long as I can manage to make them. Thank you and have a nice day.